How's it going, everybody? In today's ability rundown, we'll be covering a standard yet extremely powerful ability you probably forgot about. Now, it's no surprise that the meta was shaken up by the release of the 20.20 patch, which we will be ranking in our patch tier list video. But today, we'll be talking about an ability that all but disappeared due to the unintentional nerfs it suffered last year. We will be talking about the High Five. Due to the inclusion of a new world event in the 20.20 patch, contact with other players could yield a massive sickness debuff. On top of that, there was a bug that caused players to refresh this debuff even after already having it once. With that came many players opting out of the expansion entirely and sticking to playing mini-games in their homes. Because of this, the High Five ability completely fell out of use, due to needing to make contact with another player to gain the ability's benefits. Now, enough background, let's get into the logistics of the ability. When cast, the High Five ability grants a morale boost to the player who casts it and the player who procced it. With a low cooldown, this ability can easily be spammed, but it does have a global cooldown applied to any ability used on the same hand. It has a default accuracy of 90%, but that's reduced to 40% if you have the racial passive of white or the social anxiety debuff. Now, where will you see this ability? It will most often be used when you're engaged in any tense physical activity while partied with other players, or when somebody casts an ability with either the sick or rad as hell aspects on them, or when the physical activity ends in a success. This could be a PvP or PvE instance. But you should expect the High Five to always come out after the use of /sex in the chat, or its shortcut Control-6. There's a multitude of High Five cast variants, but I'll be sticking with only the basic ones for now. We have a stronger version in the Double Five, or the High 10. This variant doubles the morale boost effect, making it last twice as long. However, both hands have a global cooldown when used, and it could result in a loss of HP for one or both players. Next one is the Down Low. This cast is often employed on an enemy target because it has a true combo into the Too Slow ability, applying a debuff of the same name. You'll only ever see this being cast on low-level players who are unaware of the combo's effects. The last cast variant I will cover is the Don't Leave Me Hanging. This is a channel cast with an infinite amount of active frames. However, the player will be locked into its use until another player procs it or the casting player dies. Make sure to follow me on my pro guide tips on the new 20.21 conversational skill tree, where we will figure out if your speechcraft is high enough to leave the local barista alone.